the land of Chhattisgarh, which has been blessed abundantly by the Mother Nature, for it is covered with water and dense forest. The 20-year-old Chhattisgarh, since its separate statehood, is now carving a new saga of development, aptly realizing the resolve of Garbo Nava Chhattisgarh. This tribal estate is the heritage of rivers and ponds, while there is an priceless wealth of untamed water in every corner of this land. Under the Mahatma Gandhi Narega, the four symbols of Chhattisgarh, Narwa, Garwa, Ghurwa and Bari, are being protected through various initiatives, thereby fulfilling the resolve of Sangwari, is also giving a new definition to the endeavor of development. Under the able leadership of Chief Minister Mr. Bhupesh Baghel and Rural Development Minister Mr. T.S. Singhdev, the far-reaching projects of water conservation, water harvesting and water management are being implemented by the state government and association with the Gram Panchayat bodies and local habitats. Some case studies are being presented here to underline the contribution of the state government of Chhattisgarh. The traditionally made ponds are the heritage and memoirs of our ancestors. Many villages in Chhattisgarh are known for their ponds only. These ponds are a traditional resource for drainage and irrigation, as well as rainwater harvesting and groundwater augmentation. One such village is Bharari, almost 20 kilometers from Bilaspur. Here, the water conservation has fashioned the life of local habitats as they are preserving every drop of water. Rainwater from the 765 kV substation complex of Power Grid Corporation Limited, established on 111 acres, used to flow vigorously towards the village, submerging the residential areas and farms. However, to prevent the soil erosion from this water, the Gram Panchayat of Bharari adopted a unique strategy. In the year 2016-17, around 300-meter long drain was constructed from the power substation to the pond with the amount of rupees 5,91,000.
हम लोग पिछले 3-4 साल पहले ये जो पावर ग्रिड से जो पानी वेस्ट हो रहा था, उस पानी को गांव वाले के उपयोग को लाने के लिए हमने RCI की मदद से एक नाली बनाई है। वो नाली हमारे गांव में पानी का जो तालाब है उसको भरती है। जब ये हम लोग के यहाँ जो गांव का जब कच्ची नाली थे, हम लोग सरकारी मदद से, मनरेगा की मदद से हम लोग का ये नाली का पक्कीकरण हुआ है, जिसमें मनरेगा से इसमें कन्वर्जेंस हुआ है, मनरेगा 40 फाइनेंस और समग्र विकास से, उसके थ्रू ये नाली बना हुआ है, जिससे गांव वाले को काफ़ी फ़ायदा होता है। ये 3 तालाब जोड़े हैं उनसे, 3 तालाब में पानी का स्टोर भी बढ़ा है, तो किसानों के लिए भी बहुत फ़ायदेमंद है और गांव के लिए भी बहुत फ़ायदेमंद है।
As a result, rainwater was now accumulated directly in the pond. The rainwater, which is being wasted until recently, was now being preserved in shape of a pond, spreading in around 1 hectare area. This initiative has become a true story of water conservation. In this, the Mahatma Gandhi Narega converged with the 14th Finance Commission amount and the Chief Minister Samagra Gramin Vikas Yojana of the state government. After getting the approval in the Gram Sabha, this work was started on 3rd January 2017 and it was completed in 3 phases on 6th March. 16 villages, including 9 women, got direct employment in this work. The pond was desilted under the Mahatma Gandhi Narega by the Gram Panchayat in 2017-18 to increase the storage capacity of rainwater being stored in the new pond through the drain. This work provided employment to 312 job card holders, including 168 women. The Gram Panchayat constructed a silt chamber before connecting the drain and the new pond, so that the silt that flows with rainwater through the drain stops in this chamber and the clean water can be accumulated in the pond. After this, the outflow of the new pond was connected to the inlet of Nava Petu pond. Subsequently, the outlet of Nava Petu pond was connected to the inlet of New pond. Later on, the Singhari pond, Singhari Petu pond and the community tank were also linked with each other. Water conservation and desilting of the 6th community pond were also completed under this project through Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. This work was completed at the cost of 9,89,000 rupees in the year 2017-18. This work directly gave employment to 320 villages. In order to increase the sustainability of the pond, the tree plantation in the periphery of these ponds is also being done under Mahatma Gandhi Narega with the objective of conserving and collecting rainwater. The construction of drainage, desilting of 2 ponds and the plantation work provided direct employment to 723 villages of Bharari village and created 12,462 working days for the local people. Fishery has also been started in 2 of the local ponds by 23 scheduled caste families of the village. Due to 6 ponds connected with each other, irrigation facility is being made available to 25 hectares of land in Kharif season and 8 hectares in Rabi season. Around 45 families are being benefited with this initiative. The rainwater, which was being wasted earlier, is now being utilized in various domestic works.
पहले मेरे खेती में कुछ फसल नहीं होता था, लेकिन पावर ग्रिड के पानी आने के बाद हम लोग नाली बनाए तालाब भरते हैं। तालाब जब भर जाता है तो हम खेती में सिंचाई करते हैं। पहले 2-3 बोरा पाते थे, अब लोग भरपूर फसल पा रहे हैं। उसके पाने के बाद भी फसल कटने के बाद भी मैं तालाब के पानी को सिंचाई में गेहूं का भी उपज करता हूं। गेहूं भी मैं भरपूर फसल पाता हूं। मेरे साथ साथ मेरे गांव की जनता और किसान भी खुश है।
Every year, millions of liters of rainwater, which was wasted, is being collected in the ponds and is being utilized for various purposes.
पहले दूर दूर से पानी लात रहे, अब 2-4 ठो तालाब हो गए हैं। मस्त नज़दीक बना थे नहाने खोरने के लिए, मस्त है, पानी भरा है।
Now, it is quite apparent that the sensible initiatives coupled with planned works, the Bharari village has set an exemplary model of water conservation. A specially protected and backward tribe, Bega, resides in the forest area of Bhelki village in Chhattisgarh. This village is situated in the middle of mountains, 45 kilometers away from Pandaria block of Kabir Dham district in Chhattisgarh. This tribal community has constructed an outlet locally known as Jhiri, is an attempt to join the mainstream of development and yet maintaining their traditional lifestyle.
पहली तो सर बहुत दूर जान पानी, अब पानी के ज़्यादा तकलीफ नहीं है। झीरिया खुदा गए है, बंधा गए है, तो हमें पानी की समस्या नहीं हुआ। हमन भरपूर हमन पिए ला मिल जाता है। आगू में छोटे सन कोड़ा रहा है तो वहाँ पूरा धकल जावे, पूरा गंदा पानी पीवन। लड़का मन ला भी बुखार आ जाए, उल्टी दस्त हो जाए। अब सुरक्षित रही थे लड़का मन घलो, और फिर हम लगला बढ़िया साफ पानी पिए ला मिलते। माटी वाले रहा सो तो बहुत गंदा पानी पिए मिला। अब बंधे वाले पानी है तो हम लोग साफ पानी पिए ला मिलता है।
During the rainy days, the water flowing from the mountains also bring mud and silt along with it. As the mud and silt are mixed with the water of this jhiria, the jhiria water also becomes muddy and no longer remains usable. In the recent years, huge amount of money was spent on the treatment of waterborne diseases. Besides, the water crisis also start in the summer every year. Although several hand pumps are available in this village, but most of these pumps are dried up or deteriorated.
पहली सारा गंदगी पानी लपियत रहें, लेकिन अब हम 1 मीटर के अंदर हमला ऐसे गोल बना के खोल करके और बाद 1-2 फीट अंदर मतलब नीचे करके हमन पियत रहें। ऊपर से ऐसे बरसात में तो हमारा भारी तकलीफ जात रही, कहीं उल्टी दस्त होना, कभी ये होना, दुनिया भर के सारी चीज़, निमोनिया तौर, चिकनगुनिया तौर, डेंगू, सारा चीज़।
Eventually, with the collective efforts of the villages, the permanent jhiria of around 2.7 meters in diameter and 3 meters in height became a well also. Presently, the water of this paved jhiria is being used by 30 Baiga families of Ghinwa locality. Seeing this, the Gram Panchayat received an application for the construction of 8 more permanent wells from the 4 dependent villages, which was constructed under the Gram Panchayat under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. As of July 2019, 3 permanent wells have been constructed in Dewan Patpar, 1 in Bhelki, 1 in Achara, and 4 in Telia Pani Dhobe village. Under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, approval of 52,000 rupees was obtained from the government for the construction of permanent well. Of this, 12,000 rupees were for initial work and rupees 40,000 were allocated for materials. Hence, with the approval of rupees 4.68 lakh, 9 permanent wells were constructed in the Gram Panchayat.
ग्राम पंचायत द्वारा पारित करें कि यहाँ पक्की झीरिया के माध्यम से कुछ हमारे पक्की झीरिया बन जाते, हमारे बहुत सुविधा बन जाती। सही से करके हमने सोच के हम ग्राम सभा में प्रस्ताव पारित करें, आई सुपर ले, और बाद चलो तुम्हारा झीरिया पास हो गया, तुम्हारा झीरिया को बनाओ भाई करके। फिर बात दूर दूर से पत्थर ला के ईटा पत्थर सब नीचे तरफ ले लाए हैं हमन, और फिर ला के इकट्ठा हो करके हम ला बनाई। तो हमारा ये जो पक्का झीरिया बना हुआ है तो यहाँ रोजगार गारंटी के द्वारा से बने हैं। खुशहाली से पानी ले जाते, खुशहाली से पियाते, खुशहाली से नहाते, सारा चीज़ करते हैं। तो हमारे फिर साथ ही साथ हम लाभ भी मिले, सब इसका मजदूरी भी मिल गई हमारा पूरा।
With the similar structure of the well in Bhelki Gram Panchayat, where the tribal Baiga families are getting natural and clean water today, the trend of identifying and solving the water crisis is spreading rapidly among them. Who else can better understand the importance of water than these Baiga tribes? life has really become easy and peaceful for them, as they have got new lease of life through water conservation. Where there is a will, there is a way. This saying has been manifested by farmers and villages of Sirsida Gram Panchayat of Kurud Block, Dhamtari district. Here, the villagers have made a collective effort to conserve the rainwater flowing to Dehi drain without being used.
रोजगार गारंटी योजना से हम मतलब ये फ़ायदा मिली कि ग्राम सभा करवाएं गांव से। ग्राम सभा करे के बाद में कोतवाल मुनादी करीस। मुनादी करे के बाद ग्राम सभा में प्रस्ताव पास हुई। ओकर बाद में चेक डैम में काम करें, चेक डैम बनाएं। कहे 6 महीने तक से में काम करें। बोल्डर वाला बोल्डर उठाई, रेती वाला रेती, पथना वाला पथना, राड वाला राड, ये पूरा काम करें। में हम लोग 50 एकड़ ज़मीन हम लोग फ़ायदा मिली। फ़ायदा मिले के बाद में 100 फीट के अंतर्गत हम लोग पानी मिलत रही से। ओकर चेक डैम के बने के बाद ना हमरा 50-60 फीट में मतलब हमरा पानी उपयोग हो जात।
This has initiated the water recharging of the land. As a result, their bore wells have become functional and realizing water even in the summer. Earlier, the hand pumps used to go dry before the summer due to the fall of groundwater level. Now, after water conservation and construction of check dams, the hand pumps remain functional and help in irrigation of the fields. The impact of this check dam became quite apparent in the village last year itself. Thanks to this check dam, the fields on either sides of Dehi drain are now getting water. This has increased the area of cultivation. Earlier, only 34 acres of agricultural land could be irrigated due to lack of water bodies. But now, almost 200 acres of agricultural land is being irrigated. With the construction of this check dam, farmers are able to use water even during the summer. The farmers who were taking only paddy crop in the entire year have now started taking gram and wheat crops as well. Some farmers are making good profit by producing vegetables also.
इसमें काम हुआ मनरेगा के तहत, तो इसमें पौधा लगाया गया है और टोटल 1331 पौधा लगा हुआ है इसमें। और पहले हम लोग आजीविका के लिए बाहर घूमते थे, जाते थे, रोजी रोटी के लिए भटकते थे, लेकिन जब से हम लोग इन्हें लिए हैं ना, तब से बाहर जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। इसी से हम लोगों का रोजी रोटी निकल रहा है और थोड़ा बहुत बचत भी हो रहा है।
अच्छा, पहली बरसात के पानी सीधा नदिया निकल जात रही से बाहर। अब चेक डैम बने से पानी रुकावट हो और लेवल भी है, किसान के लिए फ़ायदा हो। पानी लेवल मिली और अपन नाला तीर के बार थोड़ा पानी पलाए के अपन काम करी मोटर में।
चेक डैम बने से हमला बहुत फ़ायदा मिली। 50 एकड़ ज़मीन ला फ़ायदा मिले थे। 100 जन किसान अपन खाद कमात हन, जीवन अपन करत हन।
The construction of check dam has become an important factor in the financial growth of the village. While the farmers have benefited from the accumulation of water in the check dam, 242 villagers also got direct employment, including 110 women, in its construction and desilting of the drain. The erosions of the roots of the fields around the drain has also been prevented now. Groundwater level is increasing, either due to accumulation of water. The recharged hand pumps are supplying water throughout the year to meet the requirements of the villagers. With this, the resolve of Gadbo Nava Chhattisgarh is being realized with the help of agro-based economic development initiative in the village. Water is a precious gift of the nature on the earth. This has been manifested under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme in Korea district. Here, every drop of water is being accumulated and utilized for livelihood development. In the Amhar village of Sonhat block in Korea district, the water coming from the mountain near Gungutta reservoir was observed into the dam in Amhar village. The rainwater is stored in the community drain constructed under Mahatma Gandhi Narega, which is actually a paved drain. This paved drain keep the water body filled throughout the year, while the construction of farm well and permanent drain provided employment on one hand. It also became a source of water storage in farm well, where fishery activity has also been started for livelihood. Shivam Self-Help Group, which runs fisheries in Gungutta Reservoir, received the reservoir from the district panchayat on a lease of 7 years. The reservoir was so large that the group was not able to move fast based on its member numbers. Meanwhile, Shivam Self-Help Group got along with 20 members of the Ma Lakshmi Self-Help Group from the village itself. This paved the way for economic growth through fisheries. The two groups together formed a new Om Shiv Fishermen Cooperative Society so that they could take maximum benefit of the scheme of the Fisheries Department.
पहले हम लोग मजदूरी काम कर रहे थे, समूह बना के मछली पालन का काम करने के साथ साथ विभाग से हम लोग जो बीजा लाते रहे बांध में डालने के लिए, वो हम लोग का लाते लाते आधा मर जाते रहे। फिर विभाग से हम लोग रिक्वेस्ट किए, मांग किए कि सर हमको छोटा तालाब चाहिए जिसमें कि बच्चा पाल के बढ़िया से डाल सकें और निकाल सकें। तो हमारी मांगें विभाग द्वारा सुनी गई, दिए और वही काम कर रहे हैं आज। तो पहले की अपेक्षा अब अच्छी है, जो कि जितना बीजा गिन के डालते हैं उतना निकाल भी लेते हैं। इनकम में हम लोग का फ़र्क पड़ा। जो पहले की स्थिति थी वो बहुत कमज़ोर थी, अब की स्थिति है तो बढ़िया सुधर गया है। जैसे कि बच्चों को पढ़ा लिखा रहे हैं और कोई भी भाई गांव के गरीब किसान जो शादी ब्याह और कुछ खर्च के लिए मांगते हैं तो उन लोग को हम लोग कर्ज के रूप में देते हैं।
Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, Mahatma Gandhi Narega, had showed the way to get out of this mess of concerns to Fishermen Committee. In the year 2017-18, in the upper part of the Gungutta Reservoir, 4 fish seeds enrichment pokhar, that is, community farm well, were constructed. For promoting fish seeds in these farm wells, it was necessary to maintain water level throughout the year. As they say, where there is a will, there is a way. There is a natural stream at a short distance from this reservoir, from where water flows out continuously. A 600-meter long paved drain was constructed with an amount of about Rs 9 lakh under the Mahatma Gandhi Narega and the Urban Mission to bring this water to the wards. Thus, the integrated efforts of the villagers, coordination of the guidance and plans of a mobilization of the members to move forward had removed almost all the bottlenecks of fishery seed culture from the committee.
हम लोग पहले खेती बाड़ी कर रहे थे, खेती बाड़ी के बाद मनरेगा से हमको डबरी मिला, तो डबरी में मजदूरी भी किए और उसके बाद फिर और इनकम लगा, हम लोग को फ़ायदा सदाया लगा।
तो फिर यहाँ मछली बचा कर फिर स्पान डाल के फिंगर को बेचने लगे, उससे कुछ फ़ायदा हुआ।
Now, after fishery seed culture in Farmwell, the members of women's group took up the responsibility of fingerlings and sale of fish. They only sells them in the market and keeps accounts.
जो पहले यहाँ डबरी नहीं बना था तो डबरी का मांग किए तो डबरी बना, फिर इसमें हम लोग बीज लाए, बीज को यहाँ ला के थोड़ा बड़ा किए, यहाँ पाले, चारा उरा डाले इसमें, फिर इसको हम लोग बेचते हैं यहाँ से। और सभी दीदी लोग बिहान योजना से भी जुड़ गए हैं तो अच्छे से काम कर रहे हैं हम लोग यहाँ। हम लोग का व्यवसाय अच्छा से चल रहा है, हमारा घर परिवार इसी में चल जाता है और फिर हम लोग का मजदूरी मिल जाता है इसमें से। सर बहुत अच्छा काम है, इसी में हम लोग लगे रहते हैं।
In the year 2018-19, the committee earned about 12,18,000 rupees annually after cutting all expenses. Thus, the work of fish seed culture and fisheries through droplet water management has laid the foundation of economic prosperity for the tribal families of Podi village in Korea district. The villagers in Darima village of Korba district are cultivating Kharif and Rabi crops both, with the availability of irrigation facility created on their own. Their efforts have contributed the mission of New Chhattisgarh with water conservation. The consistent efforts have fetched good result and brought prosperity in their lives. The field of Jawahil Singh, a tribal farmer of Gram Panchayat Darima of Pali Development Block in Taodhar Korba district, could do nothing as they used to witness to sheer waste of rainwater. But today, the life of Jawahil Singh has changed with the water stored in the farm well built in middle of the field. His sensible effort has made the farming a joyful and profitable initiative, shaping a golden tomorrow for his family. The 2.5 acre farm had the support of only rainy crops, wages and livelihood. There was a desire in the mind to take Rabi crop also. But despite having land, there was a compulsion of not taking Rabi crop without availability of water for irrigation.
टिकरा में कुछ नहीं होत रही से हिरवा उर्दी बोवन तब मर जात रही पानी बिगर। तब अब कैसे ढंग के परिवार है चले 10 जन परिवार 2.5 एकड़ जमीन में। तब ये लंग ये टिकरा रही से तब हमार डबरी खनवा के हिसाब रही तब ये डबरी खनवाए बा मतलब पता नहीं रही। तब ग्राम बैठक हुई, ग्राम सभा गए तब सचिव सरपंच मन कहीन कि तुम्हार वाला खेती हवे जौन हवे तौन आखिर टिकरा है बेकार है तो टिकरा ला तुमन डबरी खनवा देवा योजना है ऐसे कह के बताइन पन सरपंच मन।
हमन ग्राम सभा में प्रस्ताव रखें वह जनपद ले पास होके आगे एमा 1200 मानव दिवस काम करें हैं, एमा 26 परिवार काम करे हैं और घर के 5 सदस्य भी काम करे हैं। पानी है पहली बरसात के बह जात रही से अब डबरी बने से वो रुक जाते, रुके के साथ साथ पानी भीतरी भी सोखत है। घर से जल संरक्षण हो और मछली पालन और धान गेहूं का फसल उगा रहे हैं और मेड़ में तिल विल पौधे वौधे भी लगाए हैं, उनसे उनका व्यवसाय बहुत बढ़ गया है।
After completion of the prescribed process, the construction of farm well was approved under Mahatma Gandhi Narega in his name. A sum of rupees 2.64 lakh were sanctioned under the Mahatma Gandhi Narega scheme. With this amount, 25-meter long, 25-meter wide and 3-meter deep farm well was built. Along with the family members of Jawahir Singh, 48 other families of the village also got employment in this work.
इस जगह पे ये वेस्ट लैंड ऐसी अनयूज था, जिसमें नीचे वाले एरिया में एग्रीकल्चर लैंड को देखते हुए और ऊपर के एरिया में जो फॉरेस्ट एरिया है उसके कमांड एरिया को मद्देनज़र रखते हुए इस जगह को GIS बेस में प्लानिंग करके फार्म पॉन्ड के लिए सजेस्ट किया गया। इनलेट प्लस सिल्ट ट्रैप चैम्बर बनाया गया, जिसमें स्टोन पिचिंग किया गया, जिसके माध्यम से जो पानी सरलता से चला जाता है और जो गाद वगैरह और डस्ट पत्ते वगैरह रहते हैं वो वहीं डबरी में न जाके सील ट्रैप चैम्बर में रुक जाते हैं। और डबरी के ड्यूरेबिलिटी इसको सब देखते हुए आउटलेट का भी निर्माण किया गया, ताकि अगर ओवरफ्लो होता है तो ईजिली ओवरफ्लो बह सके।
For the first time this year, the water of farm well has brought prosperity to the life of Jawahir Singh.
ते धान हमार जात रहीस त डबरी बनीस त एमा ले त पानी में पलोले हन तो म फसल अच्छा मिलीस। पहली 7-8 बोरा मिलत रहीस, अब डबरी बनीस तो हम लोग 20-25 कुंटल मिल गईस। और एमा और फायदा हो गए, एक फसल धान होत रहीस तो गेहूँ बोते हैं तो गेहूँ अलग फ़ायदा हो गई। तो लड़का के शादी करें तो सगा समाज ला रोटी बरा बना के खवाएं। अभी धान के खेती करें हैं, बढ़िया है फसल है, सब साल ले बढ़िया है डबरी के चलते। अब समझ में आए इस पानी ले किसानी है, किसानी ले हमारी जिंदगानी है।
Now the water stored in farm well is used for fisheries as well as for irrigation in the event of low rainfall. On the other hand, the groundwater level also increases and there is moisture in the surrounding land.
डबरी बढ़िया भरे है तो मैं मछली पील डाले हूँ। अब ये बाद यही मछली है वो बाद में निकाल के मैं बाजार में बेचूं। डबरी है मोर भाग बदल दी से।
Thus, farm well has become very much useful, making the life of the local farmers meaningful with successful livelihood. Now, the nearby farmers are also getting irrigation facility in their fields with the farm well. With the construction of farm wells under the Mahatma Gandhi Narega in Darima village, a story of water harvesting has been scripted. Moreover, it is also motivating many others to follow suit. Water is an integral ingredient for human existence on the earth. Therefore, the conservation of water is equally important. The Gram Panchayat Jhiria, situated in the foothills of the mountain and forest, 25 kilometers from Lormi Development Block, headquarter of Mungeri district of Chhattisgarh state, got its name here due to the water source Jhiria flowing from the ground, which gives life to the flowing drain and village. This boon of nature was flowing like this for years. The villagers together first stopped the water of Jhiria by making a check dam and then made a firm drain and gave a definite direction for its flow. After this, water was saved by connecting it to the community pond of the village itself. In order to conserve the running water through permanent construction, the Gram Panchayat planned to develop resources for the sustainable livelihood of the villagers. But due to rusting recognition and traditional way of life, the implementation of this scheme was challenging. For this, in the Chopal, the villagers were informed about the personal and community work that can be done in Mahatma Gandhi Narega and the benefits that can be obtained from them. After all, the villagers understood the importance of the happiness of life from the drop. Then, according to the plan, the convergence of Mahatma Gandhi Narega and District Mineral Fund approval was obtained for construction of loose boulder check dam, permanent check dam and diversion weir, pond drain and farm well. The water coming from the natural Jhiria, situated at the bottom of the mountain, is towards the village. In the flow, it also brings soil with it. Therefore, at 9 different places, loose boulder check dams were made with small stones to stop the silt. The silt slows down the flow of running water and causes stagnation. However, in the process, it has also reduced soil erosion. These check dams are constructed under Mahatma Gandhi Narega. The locally available stones were used mostly for this construction, which has also reduced the cost. After reducing the flow of water from Jhiria, check dams and diversion weir, ult were constructed with the amount of DMF to collect the water and give it a direction. After giving direction to the flowing water, a 975 meter long paved drain was constructed from Mahatma Gandhi Narega to bring it to the community pond. After the drain is formed, the pond is now full of water for 12 months.
झीरिया और बरसात के पानी रोके पर स्टाफ डैम बनवाएं। स्टाफ डैम के नाली निर्माण रोजगार गारंटी में कराएं और किसान के खेत तक पहुँचाएं। लगभग 60 किसान ला उमा फ़ायदा मिला था और 6 डबरी में भरते पानी नाली से।
Along with the water of Jhiria and the water coming through the mountains at the time of rain, it is now accumulating in the pond. According to the length, width and depth of the pond, about 6,500 cubic meters of water is collected in it. The villagers are using this water for irrigation and fisheries, in addition to the daily needs.
खेती किसानी करते हैं। अब खेती किसानी करते छन अभी भी ले फिर ये हमार पूजा समूह में जुड़े हैं तहाँ ले 15,000 मिले रही से पैसा तो खर हमार सब पूजा समूह वाले दीदी मनसन मिल के मछली बिझा डाले हैं तरैया में। मछली जब बड़े हो जाही तो निकाल के ओला अपन मरवा के अपन पूजा वाले सब दीदी मन मिलजुल के बेच के अपन फायदा उठा।
Here, fishery work is being done by women of self-help groups. With this, they have got a means of livelihood in village itself.
पहले पानी नहीं रही से तो मतलब किसानी कम होती रही से। अब जिसे मतलब रोजगार गारंटी में जुड़ गया है तो नाली बन के आगे पक्की नाली वहाँ से पानी आता है चेक डैम से, वो नाली बह के आता है तो फिर डबरी में भर लेते हैं। डबरी में भर के फिर खेत में सिंचाई करते हैं पानी। पोखर से फ़ायदा होते हमारे धान होते चना होते 2 फसल ले सकते। अभी के पहले से मतलब बहुत अंतर आ गए हैं। पहले तो 10 कट्टी पाते थे, अब तो 40-45 कट्टी मिल गया था। पहले मतलब पैसा वैसा नहीं मिला था से, अब मतलब रोजगार गारंटी में जुड़ गए हैं तब मतलब काम भी करते हैं तो पैसा भी आवक हो गए। अब मतलब बाल बच्चा को भी पढ़ा सकते हैं।
The flowing water of Jhiria is making the name of Jhiria meaningful, while the right direction of the water harvesting and the hard work of these tribal farmers has changed the condition of the village itself. In the Magarlod block of Dhamtari district, the people living in the forest, along with the small and marginal farmers, are now witnessing the metamorphosis of the forest Gram Panchayat Kekrakholi, thanks to the water conservation initiatives saving every single drop of water. The land, which was dead and dry until recently, has now become a huge reservoir and a picture of water conservation and livelihood promotion programs. Seeds planted in the periphery of this water body are now becoming plants, thereby giving a green cover to the entire piece of land. The Kekrakholi village, with the consent of 32 forest farmers and small and marginal farmers, the levelling, water conservation and livelihood promotion activities have been accomplished in 160 acres of land. As a result, the rocky land has now become a fertile farm. 6 boulder check dams, 2 contour trenches and 1 pitching work were completed within no time. This has become a great asset for conserving the water flowing down from the hilltop. This work was done with the convergence of different schemes in the land of 22 beneficiaries. Fencing has also been made to protect the crops. Almost every family of the village was benefited from this initiative taken under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. These families got 107 days of employment as a whole. 14 borewells and solar pumps, 2 polyhouses, drip irrigation facilities, horticulture, etc. have increased the crop of expectations.
पहली पानी बहाकर नाली से नदी में चले जाता था। रोजगार गारंटी के तहत नाली बनाकर खेत में सिंचाई के साधन बनाए, अच्छा से फसल हुआ। पहले तो बंजर था ज़मीन, अब उसमें फसल लगाकर हम अच्छा से फसल कमाए और इन साल भी अच्छा से फसल लगाए हैं। रोजगार गारंटी में जुड़कर हमारा ज़िंदगी खुशहाली हुआ है और अच्छे से हम परिवार सुधार रहे हैं।
Local farmers are now cultivating greens and vegetables in the summer season as well. The fruit plants have been planted on the rids. 11 beneficiaries are getting additional income also from fisheries after the construction of the ponds for fisheries.
जो है मनरेगा के तहत जो है डबरी निर्माण हुआ है, उसमें मैं मछली पालन करता हूं और डबरी से जो है पानी सिंचाई के लिए खेत में लाता हूं। पहले केवल 30-35 कट्टा हो जाता था, अब जो है समतलीकरण होने के बाद जो है 80 कट्टा धान का उत्पादन हो जाता है।
With consistent efforts, the villages of the Gram Panchayat Kekrakholi have finally got the platform which they have been looking for ever since the statehood. The rainwater, which used to flow into the Sindoor River, is now being utilized for local development. To accumulate the rainwater, a 2,500-meter temporary drain was being constructed, which connects the farm ponds. Now, the villagers have learned the technique of using every drop of water for their purposes. The villagers are using this water for irrigation through drip irrigation system. Thus, they are taking more crop in less area and less water. Now, this village has become a model in water conservation. Village Kodasia is located at a distance of about 20 kilometers from Lelunga block in Raigarh district of Chhattisgarh. This village of 603 families has about 70% scheduled castes and scheduled tribes residents. Out of the 669 job card holders, about 70% are active families. most of which are tribal families. Until a few years ago, some families of Kudasya Gram Panchayat used to migrate to nearby cities in search of livelihood. Because 95% of villages' households are mainly dependent on agriculture and wages. The average rainfall here was 1000 to 1200 millimeter. Nevertheless, the groundwater level was very low due to sloping, uneven land and high runoff, due to which only 5% of families had irrigation facilities. Keeping these circumstances in mind, in the annual plan of Gram Sabha, those plots which are located on the upper part of village were selected for the assets to be created under the Mahatma Gandhi Narega scheme. Water and land-based planning was made for 178 families in the process of Hamar Gaon Hamar Yojana (GPDP) for livelihood development like agriculture, horticulture and fisheries by managing and collecting rainwater on that land. 473 women were associated into 40 self-help groups under the National Rural Livelihoods Mission Bihan scheme with 78% participation in the village. In the Gram Panchayat, about 207 works were done for conservation and promotion of water and land.
हम लोग पहले जब समूह में नहीं जुड़े थे तब अपना मतलब घर में ही व्यस्त रहते थे, घर के कामों में व्यस्त रहते थे। और जब से हम लोग समूह में जुड़े हैं तब से हम लोग के समूह में 14 सदस्य हैं और सभी मतलब एक दूसरे का सहायता करते हैं, कुछ परेशानी होता है तो। जब मनरेगा के तहत हम लोगों ने अपना मतलब बाड़ी बनाने का प्रोग्राम बनाया, जिसके द्वारा ये ज़मीन मतलब समतलीकरण किए। उसके बाद हम लोगों ने इसमें पौधा लगाया और आम काजू ये सब लगाए। फिर उसी के नीचे में हम लोग अपना सब्जी सब भी किए हैं उत्पादन, जिसमें हम लोग बेचते भी हैं और घर के लिए भी हो जाता है, जिससे हम लोग को ख़रीदना नहीं पड़ता है। बाहर से जो ख़रीदते हैं वो पैसा भी हम लोग का अपने में मतलब बचत हो जाता है और ऊपर में भी पेड़ रहता है और नीचे में भी सब्जी उब्जी करके हम लोग को पूरा फ़ायदा मिल जाता है। जिससे हम लोग को जो हम लोग पहले बाहर जाते थे कमाने के लिए, वो अब हम लोग को बाहर नहीं जाना पड़ता है। हम लोग यहीं अपने गाँव में ही अपने समूह के द्वारा ही हम लोग अपना मतलब ज़मीन से ही लाभ उठा लेते हैं और जो हम लोग को दूसरे का मजदूरी जाना पड़ता था वो अब हम लोग को नहीं जाना पड़ता है। हम लोग अपने समूह के ही माध्यम से एक दूसरे का सहायता करके कर लेते हैं और समूह में सभी सदस्यों का मदद करते हैं। और जो हम लोग जैसे कि आम काजू ये सब लगाए हैं, सब्जी सब है, जिससे मतलब हम लोग उसको बेचते हैं, तो जो हम लोग का फ़ायदा मिलता है सबका, उसको हम लोग अपने बचत में जमा करते हैं। और जैसे हम लोग का समूह है तो समूह में हम लोग पैसा को ब्याज में देते हैं, किसी का ज़रूरत पड़ता है तो, और उस ब्याज से जो फ़ायदा मिलता है वो हम लोग अपने समूह को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए इसका इस्तेमाल करते हैं।
28 families made irrigation sources like farm wells under the Mahatma Gandhi Narega scheme for agricultural work in their private land. As many as 257 families took up 308 acres of paddy and 87 acres of groundnut, urad and vegetable crops this year with improved farming techniques due to the rise of underground water level from the rainwater harvesting in farm well and adequate water in the wells. At present, more than 70% of families of the village are taking advanced paddy crop from Srividhi, pulses, oil seeds and are producing cash crops like tomatoes and chilies. Planting of fruit plants has been done on 20 acres. The consistent irrigation and improved farming practices of irrigation water, the annual household income of more than 60 families has now gone up to rupees 80,000 to rupees 1 lakh.
पहले हमर पानी के साधन नहीं रही से तो छोटे से कुआं टाइप के रहीस और नरेगा तरफ ले हमन ला डबरी मिले है। डबरी के माध्यम ले हमन हर प्रकार के हरा साग सब्जी कमात हन, ये सब लगात हन तो हमर आमदनी हर और अच्छा ले होत है। आमदनी हर बढ़िस तो हमन अभी कच्चा मकान में रहत रहन तो अभी पक्का के मकान बनात हन।
The work done for water conservation and management under Mahatma Gandhi Narega scheme to improve the productivity of food grain and to prevent migration has proved to be a boon. Water conservation and water harvesting from their sets creating by the convergence of Mahatma Gandhi Narega and other schemes along with employment, dealing with drought and increasing the productivity of Kharif and Rabi crops. Spillowing, happiness is coming true, drop by drop. Life, Garbo Nava Chhattisgarh.